Okay, so I guess today I am going to be filming a How I Care for Ruby video, and this is my very first time doing an informative video, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to give this my best shot, and I hope it's okay. So enjoy the video. So I know before I got my first cat, probably my first question was about diet, so I'm going to go over that if I can get her downstairs to where she eats. Okay, so apparently I can't get her downstairs to where she eats because she's really enjoying this window place, so the diet section will be filmed with her. So I have these storage bins, and in the bottom drawer, I keep all her food, and I buy her food at Costco. So I have a ton of cat food. Oh, hi, Ruby. So I have a ton of cat food in here, and so I used to feed her this really fancy gourmet food, but then I realized that she actually kind of hated it. It took her 5 hours to eat it, and she ate it really reluctantly. And she was still having health issues, and I was spending way more money than I wanted to spend a month. So I asked my vet about it, and they said it's fine for me to just feed her Fancy Feast. It's not a big deal, especially since she's already 13 years old. So I feed her Fancy Feast grilled. I feed her the poultry, the turkey, and the chicken, and on occasion I give her beef. So I give her 1 can of this in the morning. They're little 3-ounce cans. I give her 1 can in the morning, 1 can at night, and with her breakfast, I give her 1 of these Fancy Feast purely natural hand-selected chicken treats, and it's literally just 1 little piece of chicken, and she really, really loves it. And I'll show you. So she made a huge mess this morning. She doesn't get dinner for another few hours. But this is basically her food. I know it's a very bad representation. I'll have to attach a photo of her food when I first feed her something. But this is the little piece of chicken. She usually eats it last. And we also give her she free eats dry food. She has Taste of the Wild dry food, and I just always keep this bowl about halfway filled. And she usually eats the majority of it whenever I'm not home or whenever I'm late feeding her. So I just keep a fairly large bin of it right here, and she has a little scoop for it. And this lasts me for quite a long time because she doesn't like it that much. It's basically just an emergency food. Sometimes when I'm not home, they'll give her half a can, and we use this little can cover to refrigerate the rest. It's extremely handy. And here we just keep some freeze-dried salmon, shrimp, and chicken treats, and that's what I use to train her and stuff. So next I'm going to cover a litter box. And that's a pretty easy section, so let's get started. So Ruby has 1 large litter box, and we actually found that that works a lot better for her than having 2 medium-sized litter boxes. So she has a metal litter scoop because her plastic ones kept breaking, and I couldn't figure out how, but they just did. And all her soiled litter goes into one of those little doggy poop bags, and that just goes in the trash. And that works really well for us. So she usually uses the Arm & Hammer slide litter, and that works extremely well. I really like it. It has amazing odor control and makes cleaning it so much easier, and she loves it too. And then, so we went to the store and she was completely out of litter, and they were all out of the slide litter. So I did have to buy this double duty litter, and I like the slide litter quite a bit better. So I highly recommend the Arm & Hammer slide litter. Rosie wants attention, so say hi to Rosie. So exercise-playtime wise, Ruby is 13 years old and extremely unactive. So on occasion, she really likes to play with strings. So I bought her this little string toy. And this is the only type that I found she wouldn't just chew the strings off, because she really likes chewing strings to pieces. So this is a really good toy for her. I'm not sure where I got it. I'll try to find it on Amazon or something and put the link in the description, but that's probably her favorite toy. And I try to get her to play with that quite a bit, but it doesn't usually work. And she also has a harness and leash, and I take her on walks quite a bit. And she doesn't really like to leave her house, and I don't feel comfortable having her leave her backyard because there's so many dogs where I live. But I walk her around the backyard and we have quite a bit of fun and she loves it. This is probably the leash and harness that has worked best for us. We have tried a lot and this is the only one that has really worked well. So I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. So whenever we go outside, Ruby wears a collar and she has 2 collars here. I just like to make sure I can fit 2 fingers underneath it, and it has an emergency clip thing. So it's really easy to get off and on and it's really safe. But I do not recommend having them wear a collar inside as it's kind of uncomfortable for them. So we did have to get Ruby shaved, but she still has the same grooming process as she had before she had to get shaved. So I'm gonna go through how we groom her. So every day, sometimes twice a day, I go ahead and I comb her out. She does not like this brush very much at all, but she is absolutely obsessed with the comb and she'll practically beg for me to comb her. So I highly recommend you find one of these. It's great bonding for you and your cat, and it really helps keep the shedding down and reduce mats. Ruby absolutely hates it, but I highly recommend brushing your cat's teeth about once a week. This can add so many years onto their life and it makes them so much happier. We used to use this a lot, but she actually did not like it and it did not work as well as this one works. I just put this one on my thumb and I go ahead and I get her top row and her bottom row, and it works really well. So this is not the best toothpaste you can use, but it was the only one available at our pet store. So it is called, I'm not sure how to pronounce that actually, but it's malt flavor and it works fairly well. We clean Ruby's ears about twice a month, and this is very hard and she hates it, but again, it's highly recommended. So I just put a few drops of this in each ear until she shakes her head a little bit. It's called Nutravet, and it's an ear cleaner for cats. For all of these products, don't get one meant for dogs because a lot of times they need different ingredients. This one I just use to gently wipe out her ear, the parts of the ear that this one can't get. And it is called Petnology Clean Ear Pads. And this is exclusively for cats, ear cleaning pads for cats, and it cleans and dissolves wax buildup. We clip Ruby's nails as needed. This process is pretty easy with her, and she's pretty much fine with it. It's a very important process to do if you don't want them snaking your carpet and stuff. We only used this when Ruby had long fur, and it was to help with mats. We did not cut the mats out. Never cut a mat out, because sometimes the skin pulls up into the mat and then you'll be cutting your cat's skin and it's extremely painful and bad. But we would comb it and then we'd have to cut out some of the fur from it once we were sure the skin was out, because a lot of the time the matted fur ended up being very dirty and disgusting and bad. You guys are probably gonna laugh at this part, but we do have to give Ruby a bath every once in a while if she gets dirty or stinky, or if the vet just recommends it. And I highly recommend using an oatmeal shampoo. We got this from our vet. Before we used an oatmeal shampoo, her skin was very dry and flaky, and she was probably extremely uncomfortable. The only other thing that I can think of at the moment is what they need, and I recommend having a carrier. She has a bed, and she sleeps on that quite a bit. Toys, Ruby does not play very much, but we have a little mouse toy that she plays with on occasion and makes little noises. And then she has this toy that she likes a little bit. She can roll it around. This toy has catnip in it, but actually she's allergic to catnip, believe it or not. So I don't recommend using catnip toys. I don't know why I haven't tossed it yet. And then this one she likes a little bit too. It's crinkly and she likes playing with the string. This is a clawing mat. That's a little mouse toy. This is a clawing post. And then this is her cat tree. She really loves her cat tree. And I highly recommend placing yours in front of a window. So thanks for watching. This was pretty much my first time making an informative video, and I probably messed it up quite a bit, and I really hate making videos because it's hard for me since I'm so awkward, but I hope this turned out okay. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.